If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And that's a very strong preventative. And everybody that's heard it agrees with it. I don't know if we're ready for it in this country, but where you have it, it is, we have no choice.
This happened during the cabinet meeting. President Trump saying his administration will seek to enforce the death penalty for anyone found guilty of killing another person in Washington, D.C., saying we have no choice.
Trump's remarks coming during the third week of his federal takeover of the D.C. police and after the city's 12-day period without homicides. But that ended early Tuesday morning after a man was found shot dead. Rebecca Rose Woodland is joining us, a New York trial attorney. Dwane Cates is joining us, a criminal defense attorney. Thank you both for being on. I appreciate that. Rebecca, I'd like to start with you on this. When you hear the president talking about potentially enforcing the death penalty for homicide, specifically in the District of Columbia, amidst this federal takeover of the Metropolitan Police, what are your thoughts there? Can the president actually get this done? Or if he cannot, how can he get this done?
He can get this done, and I think he will get this done. He has a federal right to enforce the death penalty. The death penalty as of 1994 for federal crimes, which is a list of certain crimes that the death penalty can be enforced. So Pam Bondi, the U.S. attorney, can review every case that contains any murder, any aspect of murder, espionage, and can proceed to prosecution for one of those cases. So the president, by the president saying, I'm going to pursue the death penalty, my Department of Justice will pursue the death penalty, he has the absolute right to do that, especially in an area that is crime-ridden like Washington, D.C.
All right. We've got a lot of stories to get to, so I do want to move along, although it will be interesting to see what happens next with those efforts. The Trump administration asking the Supreme Court to intervene in its efforts to withhold billions of dollars from foreign aid organizations, in addition to lifting an injunction that's forcing the administration to keep making those payments. In the emergency appeal, the Department of Justice claims that the situation has threatened, quote, irreparable diplomatic costs. And they want it done by next week. Dwane, for the Supreme Court to weigh in, will we see that happen?
I think they have to weigh in. I mean, you know, here you have an executive running a country that doesn't have control of the purse strings, where the money's spent. I mean, what CEO couldn't go in and say, hey, wait a minute, I think we need to not quit spending money here, maybe spend it over here, for better benefit of the country, better benefit of the company. And again, we've got a circuit judge, that came in and stopped this. Okay. And now we have another circuit judge that said it's okay. And now there's a conflict. And so I think the Supreme Court has to get involved. And I think the sooner the better. All right, we'll watch for that. Rebecca, with you being a trial attorney, I wanted to hear your thoughts on this. This is a very specific story, but it has a lot of interest in what's at the facts of the matter, if you will. So the parents of Adam Rain, he died by suicide at age 16 back in April. They filed a product liability and wrongful death suit against OpenAI. In the lawsuit, the family said that ChatGPT actively helped Adam explore suicide methods. The lawsuit states, quote, despite acknowledging Adam's suicide attempt and his statement that he would do it one of these days, ChatGPT neither terminated the session nor initiated any emergency protocol, end quote. And recently in a blog post titled Helping People When They Need It Most, OpenAI wrote, quote, we will keep improving, guided by experts and grounded in responsibility to the people who use our tools. And we hope others will join us in helping make sure this technology protects people at their most vulnerable. What are your thoughts on this and a suit being filed now? We're seeing artificial intelligence and the company involved in this.
I first of all, of course, this is a tragedy for this family. When you look at some of the texts or the interaction he had with OpenAI, he said, I am going to do this. And there not being safeguards in place when the parents are alleging that this company already was on notice. There had already been suicides by teenagers in the past. So what they're saying is ChatGPT and Sam Altman, they sued Sam Altman personally, is legally responsible for negligence, which means they knew or should have known that their product it causes irreparable harm, has a glitch. There are problems with the product. When the child interacted with ChatGPT on the last day of this child's life, he said, I am going to do this, and there was nothing in place for an attempt to maybe call authorities, to tell him, please stop, call your doctor, don't proceed. There was nothing in place. And does AI have that responsibility? Obviously they do. If this company is interacting with people on such an emotional level, there have to be safeguards. So what the parents are asking also is for injunctive relief. Please stop these chats now, have the court stop that and review what is happening and moving forward so that this cannot happen again to any other, not only child, any other human interacting with the platform.
It's so sad. I mean, to think that, this child used it to end his own life, but other people could use it for creative ways to end others' lives or just harm people in general. Dwane, just have about 15 seconds left to you. What will you be watching for as this lawsuit plays out?
I think it's a pretty good lawsuit. Again, it's almost akin to a therapist talking their client into committing suicide. And I think that it's brand new, so there's going to have to be new standards set for AI therapists. And they got to do something because this is horrible.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of too. It's almost could have been a therapy session. It shouldn't be a therapy session, or a hotline could pop up, anything of that sort, or ending the conversation, or there's an alert to family members. I don't know the answer there, but this is so new with artificial intelligence and teenagers reaching out to AI versus people and talking about this. I mean, there's a lot to chat about. Rebecca Rose Woodland and Dwane Cates joining us today. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.